Have you been struggling to teach your dog how to walk past big distractions like other dogs, ducks, geese, squirrels, rabbits, that sort of thing? If so, stick around because in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to do exactly that in 3 simple steps. Step number 1, start in a low distraction environment like this. So many people make the mistake of trying to go to the place where their dog is struggling and then trying to teach them in that environment how they want them behaving around those distractions. And that is such a big mistake because all that's going to happen is your dog is going to make mistake after mistake after mistake, and you're going to try and correct them over and over and over so that they learn something, and that is just going to be frustrating for both you and your dog. So instead of doing that, do this. All right, so as you can see, I am set up in a low distraction environment where everything passing me is going to be at least 50 feet away. I've got my dog on leash and I've got my treat pouch full of a high value food. Now, at this point, all you wanna do is reinforce your dog for focusing on you. So anytime their head turns in your direction, yes, and then drop a treat. Turns back in this direction, yes. Turns back in this direction, yes. And I'm just gonna repeat that, yes, until I have his undivided attention, yes. Perfect, when he's collecting and turning back to me like that, it tells me I'm ready to start moving. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start walking around here. All right, so as you start moving, all you're doing is counting the number of steps your dog is taking on a nice loose leash at your side quietly. So if you've got a beginner dog, maybe you need to start at every 2 steps, and that literally would be 1, 2, yes. 1, 2, yes. But if you've got a dog who's kind of crushing this, 2 steps is way too easy, maybe you go every 5, or maybe you go every 10. And each time your dog can crush it and they're walking like this perfectly, you increase the number of steps. I always follow the rule of if my dog can do 5 perfect repetitions in a row, then I up the number of steps. And when your dog can do this and they're walking just like this, doing about every 50 steps 5 times in a row, well, that tells you that you're ready to move on to step number 2. Introduce the distraction at a distance your dog can get correct. This is where most people screw up. They get way too close, they make the game too hard, they get frustrated, and they give up. So instead, set up at a distance where your dog is going to be able to see the ducks, but they're also going to be able to focus on you. So they're able to look at the ducks, then look away. That is key because at that point, all you have to do is this. Again, you're just setting up and you're planting your feet and you're reinforcing your dog for focusing on you. So if I'm here and he looks at me, yes, I drop that treat. He collects it, he turns back in my direction, yes, and I drop the treat. And the reason I'm dropping the treat, yes, is so that when he picks it up, he has to choose, yes, do I focus back on dad or do I focus on the ducks? He could do either one, but when he starts to do this, yes, and each time he's collecting the treat and then immediately refocusing on me, that tells me I'm ready to start moving again, so let's do that. Let's come over here. As I start moving, again, all I'm doing is reinforcing my dog for every couple of steps, yes, at my side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. He doesn't need to be staring at me like this. That's just an added bonus, but let's say 5's way too easy, yes, which it clearly is. If he could do 5 repetitions in a row, I'd up it and I'd say, all right, let's go every 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. And I would do that over and over and over, making sure that he could easily do 5 perfect repetitions in a row at each level, progressively working my way up higher and higher and higher. And as he proves to me, hey, this is cake, then I'm gonna move on to step number 3, decrease the distance. So now you can see if I kind of move over to the side here, these ducks are really close. They're probably 10, maximum 15 feet away, and they're just kind of laying there right now. If they were moving around, that would be quite a bit harder. But once again, all you're going to do is you're trying to get closer, but you're trying to still maintain a distance that you think your dog can get correct so that you can start to perform those same kind of drills. So I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like once again. All right, so once again, all you're doing is waiting for your dog to offer attention back in your direction. You've got your feet planted. As they turn their head, yes. I'll toss a treat for him. As he turns his head back this way, yes. Perfect. He may acknowledge that the ducks are over there, yes, but then he turns back in my direction. I'm just standing here, yes, trying to get him to get 5 repetitions in a row, yes. And as he starts to make it look this easy, he's collecting his treat and he's refocusing on me. Once again, we're gonna start to move. All right, and as I start to move, nothing changes. Once again, I'm starting at a low number of steps, yes. Every time he can get it right, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And if he's making it look easy and he could do 5 perfect repetitions in a row, once again, I would just start to up the number of steps. And as he shows me, yes, this is cake, and we're still close to the ducks, then I would start to progressively increase the number of steps. But he's clearly looking like a pro. Yes, this is perfect. But as you can tell, I'm making sure that I am purposely not so close to those ducks that he's going to fall apart. And if you do this and you repeat this on a regular basis, you're going to start to get to the point where walking past those things just becomes totally normal, and your dog is so used to it that instead of wanting to chase those things, they're going to want to play this game instead, and that's exactly where you want to be. Now, all of that being said, I know this is way harder than it looks on video, so do not worry if you struggle a little bit. If your dog is trying to get to the ducks, just take that as feedback and get a little bit further away, or speed up those treats. And if you make those sort of adjustments, you practice on a regular basis, your dog is going to be there in no time. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.